The Toronto Maple Leafs are riding high on the back of an impressive 4-1 victory over the Chicago Blackhawks, a win that further cemented their spot atop the Atlantic Division with a stellar 15-7-2 record. Despite their success, the team faces a pressing issue: defensive depth. Injuries to key players, including Yanni Hakanpää on injured reserve and Jake McCabe dealing with day-to-day concerns, have left the blue line looking thinner than ideal. As a lifelong fan of the Leafs, I can't help but think there's one player who could swoop in to fill the gap perfectly: Luke Schenn. The idea of reuniting with Schenn, a beloved former Leaf and two-time Stanley Cup champion, feels like a no-brainer. His familiarity with Toronto's system, coupled with his playoff pedigree, makes him an enticing option for bolstering the team's defensive core. Schenn's history with the Leafs is steeped in promise and potential. Drafted by Toronto in 2008, he was once seen as a cornerstone of the franchise's future. Although his first stint with the team didn't lead to the ultimate prize, his return during the 2022-23 season reignited the love affair between the player and the fanbase. Who can forget the seamless chemistry he built with Morgan Rielly during last year's playoff run? The pairing was reliable, gritty, and a joy to watch for those of us who bleed blue and white. But alas, the offseason saw Schenn sign a 3-year, $2.75 million contract with the Nashville Predators. At the time, it was a bittersweet departure. We understood the economics of the decision but couldn't help dreaming of what could have been had he stayed. Fast forward to the current season, and Nashville's struggles have opened the door for a potential trade. It feels like fate knocking once again. From a purely hockey perspective, Schenn is exactly what the Leafs need right now. Known for his physical play, he's tied for third in the NHL in hits, a statistic that showcases his ability to dominate along the boards and protect his goaltender. Head coach Craig Berube's gritty style has clearly rubbed off on him, and that edge would fit seamlessly into the Leafs lineup, especially with the playoffs on the horizon. In addition to his physicality, Schenn brings invaluable playoff experience. He's been there, done that, and lifted the cup twice. Those high-pressure moments, when games are won and lost on a single shift, are where Schenn thrives. The Leafs, who have struggled in recent years to push past the second round, could use a player who knows what it takes to win when it matters most. Moreover, Schenn's leadership cannot be overstated. He's a veteran presence in the locker room, the kind of player younger teammates look up to. In a season where the Leafs are chasing not just a division title but a shot at ending a decades-long cup drought, that type of leadership is invaluable. Nashville's current situation only sweetens the deal. The Predators are in a transitional phase, and trading Schenn would allow them to free up salary and focus on retooling for the future. For the Leafs, acquiring him would not only address immediate concerns on the back end but also position them better for the grind of postseason hockey. If Kyle Dubas and the Leafs management are serious about making a deep playoff run, and they should be, then pulling the trigger on a Schenn trade is a move they have to consider. Yes, it might cost them a draft pick or a mid-tier prospect, but the potential rewards far outweigh the risks. Imagine the roar of the Scotiabank Arena crowd as Schenn lays a bone-crushing hit in a pivotal playoff game or clears the crease to protect a Jack Campbell save. As a fan, I can't help but dream of what a Luke Schenn reunion would mean for this team and this city. The Leafs have the talent up front, the goaltending is holding strong, and the coaching staff has done a commendable job managing the roster through injuries. Adding a player like Schenn could be the final piece of the puzzle, a blend of grit, reliability, and championship experience. In the end, hockey is about moments. The Leafs have the chance to create unforgettable ones this season, and bringing Luke Schenn back into the fold could be the move that makes those moments possible. For those of us who have stuck with this team through thick and thin, it's a move that just feels right. Let's make it happen, Leafs Nation. Let's bring Schenn home. Adding Luke Schenn to the Leafs defense is not just a matter of physical toughness but also tactical balance. Schenn brings a defensive mindset that complements the offensive aggression that characterizes the team. With a player who can efficiently stop opposing attacks and support teammates in high-pressure situations, the team could benefit from a level of stability that may be lacking right now. It's a return to the style of play fans long to see, with a defender who can respond to a hit with an even stronger one, maintaining the team's fighting spirit. Schenn's presence would also relieve the burden on younger defensemen and players who, due to injuries, are being asked to take on more responsibility. For a team that aims to be competitive in the playoffs, having a veteran who understands the importance of positioning, game reading, and discipline in critical moments is essential. Schenn has all that. He has proven throughout his career that he can be a true pillar in high-pressure situations, and a player who doesn't get rattled in an electric atmosphere is exactly what the Leafs need. Moreover, Schenn is a player who knows how to keep his composure in a playoff environment, where tensions are always high and games can be decided in seconds. As the Toronto team prepares to face stronger, more aggressive opponents, adding Shen would provide a significant advantage. He can step into confrontations and make his presence felt, a factor that can make all the difference in tightly contested games. Another point that cannot be overlooked is the chemistry he has already established with players like Morgan Reilly. The Shen-Reilly duo during the previous season was one of the most reliable pairings, balancing defense and ensuring the solidity needed in crucial moments. This pre-existing synergy is a trump card that the Leafs could leverage quickly, without the need for an adjustment period. Additionally, Shen can play in different game situations, from the power play to moments when the team needs a strong physical and mental presence on the penalty kill. He knows how to adjust his game as the situation demands and isn't intimidated when the stakes are high. This versatility is what turns a player into a truly valuable asset for the team. Shen's arrival also has the potential to boost the team's confidence as a whole. With the defense strengthened and the presence of a player with a championship mindset, the Leafs could approach games from a different perspective. Confidence is a decisive factor in a playoff run, and having someone with Shen's track record on the roster could make other players feel more secure in their roles. The impact of a player like Shen goes beyond just his statistics. He is the type of athlete who lifts the team's morale, a trait that only true leaders possess. Behind the scenes, his attitude and professionalism inspire younger players, and his influence can help shape a winning culture, something the Leafs are striving for. It's the kind of leadership that transcends numbers and goes beyond game stats. For Leafs fans, the idea of seeing Shen back in Toronto is a sweet reminder of the days when he was one of the top defensemen on the team. The nostalgia he brings is paired with the hope that he could be a game-changer in the moments that matter most. The connection between player and fanbase is real and tangible. Shen has the heart of the city, and his return could further ignite the passion of the fanbase. A potential return would also be a story of redemption. After leaving Toronto to test his luck with other teams, Shen has found success in a career that wasn't always marked by standout moments in top-tier clubs. Being recognized for his importance in a team like the Leafs, which is finally in the hunt for a championship, will be proof that he still has much to offer at the highest level of competition. Finally, if the Leafs management makes this decision, there will be no doubt that they are seeking the perfect balance between youth and experience. Luke Shen's addition could be the difference between a promising season and one that ends in disappointment. For Leafs fans, it's a move that makes sense on every level and promises to be the missing piece needed to achieve the long-awaited cup. Bringing Shen back would also send a strong message to the rest of the league. The Maple Leafs are serious about contending for the Stanley Cup. It's not just about adding depth, it's about showing that the team is willing to make bold moves to strengthen their roster and address any weaknesses. This kind of proactive approach is what champions are made of, and it's something that Toronto needs to embrace to finally break through their playoff curse. Shen's physicality is a key aspect that could make a major difference when the Leafs face off against the more aggressive teams in the playoffs. In a series where battles in the corners and in front of the net become crucial, having a player like Shen could tip the scales in Toronto's favor. His hard-nosed style of play would serve as a deterrent to opposing teams that might otherwise try to push the Leafs around. Beyond his toughness, Shen's reliability as a defensive asset can't be overlooked. His ability to play smart, sound hockey and make solid defensive plays would help stabilize the Leafs' blue line during periods when injuries or fatigue start to take their toll. With players like Hakanpää and McCabe currently sidelined, Shen would provide that much-needed insurance that the Leafs might otherwise lack.